Hey guys, what's going on? It's Raven. And in today's video, we're going to take a look at a custom that I'm working on. This is going to be a Road to Review video. In case you don't know what Road to Review is, it's basically the video leading up to the review where I show you how I did my custom and what went into it, what tools I used, techniques, things like that. So if it doesn't interest you, it's alright, no problem. Wait for the actual review on the custom figure. This will be a work in progress style video. And basically, this is what I'll be doing from now on. Just a road to review, part 1, possibly part 2, and then the actual review of the project that I'm working on. And in this project, we're making a 6-inch Black Series female Mandalorian. And how are we doing this, Raven? Well, we are using an Evolve Legacy Collection Val action figure. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, or if you have these where you live, but MovieStop, which used to be associated with GameStop, is going out of business, unfortunately. The company that bought them, Hastings, is going out of business, therefore MovieStop is going out of business. So, they're having a huge blowout sale, and they had 70% off all new items, so this figure is normally $19.99, but I got it for, what, $6.99, something like that, $5.99, whatever 70% off is. And I picked it up, and I was looking, I said, you know what, this would be a pretty good base for a female Mandalorian. She's the right size. The articulation is pretty good. The one thing I don't like about these figures, and I didn't know this until after, I bought 2 of these. One of them I broke already within 10 seconds of opening it. These figures, if I can show it to you, don't be perverts now, have these clear, I don't know if they're acrylic or what, clear joints, and they're very brittle. On my other figure of Val, it was very tight, this elbow, and I was trying to swivel it to get it to loosen up, and when I went to do this, it went snap. So my other Val is broken. I will be putting a robotic prosthesis on her and doing something with her. I don't know what yet. So this is what we're doing for the Mandalorian. What I'm going to be doing with her, I've taken off all her her gear. She has some really cool accessories. She has this belt here with a pistol inside. Oop. Focus camera. Come on, my camera is ADHD. Focus. Okay. Has a little pistol inside. This pistol I don't think is removable. I've tried to remove this latch, but it doesn't remove. It's very nicely detailed, though. She also has a bandolier. That's pretty nice. I don't know if we're going to use that. The coolest thing, though, is she has this sniper rifle. Now, this sniper rifle looks like a sniper rifle from the Old Republic, the Star Wars universe in general. So she'll be using this. She's going to be a Mandalorian sniper. I like this. We'll probably be repainting this a little bit, but the paint apps are really good on this. I don't even know if I want to paint this. She also comes with a jetpack here. Well, I don't know if it's a jetpack. I've never played Evolve. These things move. I don't know if we'll be using this or if we'll be modifying this. Probably modifying it to look more Mandalorian. And because of that, she has 2 holes in her back. So we can even probably put a Boba Fett or Jango Fett jetpack in here. And she's skinny enough that the 3.5-inch jetpack might look alright on her. I don't know. But we'll be working on this. So continue watching for the first steps into making this Evolve figure into a 6-inch Mandalorian. Alright, and this is what we've done so far for the first part of the work in progress. I basically took my Dremel here with my sanding drum on the number 1 setting, the lowest setting that obviously you have, and I've just basically just went along and I've Dremeled the beret off, because what we're going to do is we're going to take 2-part epoxy and we're going to put that over the face and the entire head. And we're going to sculpt a Mandalorian helmet from that, so it will be attached and be able to move about. So I had to make the head round as if there was never a beret on it. And then I went in with my 320 sanding stick and just kind of smoothed it out a little bit. So now we'll be adding putty to it to make a female Mandalorian helmet. Alright guys, and we're continuing on with the 2-part epoxy. This is basically what I've done so far with the epoxy to simulate Mandalorian armor. Now, of course, once this dries, when I go, we'll do some more sanding, some more etching in. I think it's coming along pretty well so far. Probably going to do some more to cover the laces. I've never seen a Mandalorian with laced boots. But I'm going into some different references for different Mandalorian females. Obviously, we're going to get Sabine Wren soon. Now, this is still drawing, but this is the head right now. Needs some work still, a lot of work. But we're getting a base in, and that's basically what you need to start. You need to get a base in, get the design of it, and then you need to refine it once it dries and continue. Put some spot putty, do what you need to do until you get it to as good as you're going to get it. And that's basically what we're going to be doing here. Alright guys, so we're continuing on, and I got a huge mess here. Just want to show you guys so far how the figure is looking. Covered up the shoelaces and whatnot. Started sanding down this part here. Then I went and added more putty to the crotch piece. And then I started sanding down the thigh. These were last edition, so I'm going to sand them down now. Take a look at the helmet. I redid the helmet. So I'm going to go in and start sanding that. I think that's looking alright. Now, I'm going to go on a rant real quick. Whoever's bright idea it was at this production company to make clear acrylic joints, the one thing I have to say to you is, go f*** yourself, because this is the second figure that has broken literally with no pressure whatsoever. The joint was moving fine. I was moving it up so I could continue to sand the chest, and the arm just snapped with these crappy clear acrylic joints, I can only assume. Whoever's bright idea was, you're a idiot. Why would you do that? I've never had this much trouble with a figure with joints breaking, except for maybe the Bleach Play Arts figures where the ankles just like crumble underneath the weight. This is just ridiculous. If I had paid $19.99 for this figure, I would be super pissed. But thankfully it was 70% off, and it's not that bad. So what I've done is, I've done the old brass rod trick, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, you basically take a brass rod like this, cut it to size, take your pin vise, and you're going to make a hole where that joint was. Put this in there and glue it down, unless you have a unless you did the pin vise at the appropriate diameter, then you can kind of get this in there and it's not going to come out. But I'm still going to put some glue around it, though. It's really tight right now. And yes, that's what she said. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a hole here, and I'm going to put this back on, and hopefully then, if it doesn't move up and down, it'll still move, it'll still rotate, hopefully. And then this is I did the shoulder piece, and I know it's really blurry. I got to go back in and sand it, but basically what it is Clan's Vizsla symbol in the middle, and then some panel lines down the sides. So that's looking pretty cool, and of course I added some armor to the back of the hand. Now, this figure really is made out of cardboard. I mean, the right ankle, this one here, broke and I had to glue it. So now, it no longer moves. I mean, this thing is just ridiculous. I'll fix the arm. See my brass pipe in there? So at least that's fixed, but I mean, these things are just really, really bad quality. I'm really disappointed. Alright guys, and here's another update on the custom female Mandalorian. We went in and got some detail in on the thighs, on the crotch piece. We got the that middle part in. That's one of the most important parts of the Mandalorian armor. Did some more work on the face. I brought the visor down. I realized that the visor should go all the way down to the bottom. Got a little bit of work done on the side, and working on this little thing here on her head, which I'm going to be sanding down soon. Those antennas are from a Battle Droid backpack, and it actually mimics pre-Vizsla's season 5 Clone Wars armor, where he has on both sides, but I just did the one side. And then I put the, this is the belt that the actual figure comes with. And I almost forgot, I've been going back and forth on whether or not I was going to give her a jetpack, and then trying to find a jetpack that looks like it fits with her. What I'm going to do is use this big, humongous Jango Fett backpack. This is from a 3.5-inch figure. It's a deluxe Jango Fett, and the backpack was always very huge on that figure, and this looks like it fits her very well. Now I'm gonna have to basically cut out a lot of this stuff, and what I'm gonna do is going to use this and cut this down, and then put this minus the wings or whatever these things are inside of here, and then we'll putty that all together. This way this backpack can just clip onto her like the regular backpack would, and it'll be removable. So that'll be pretty cool. I've gone and taken the backpack that came with the figure, and I've basically stripped it down, taken the wings off, and taking a Dremel bit and just sanding some of the bumps out, and then taking the deluxe Jango Fett Jetpack and gluing this button in place, and then going in and basically carving out a hole. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to put this inside like that. And then of course we'll go over this with clay and whatnot, and we'll glue it in. But then basically once this is all glued in, it will look like that. And this backpack was, oops, excuse me. This backpack was pretty big for a 3.5-inch figure, 3/3/4, whatever the size is. But I think it'll look pretty good on our Mandalorian here. Alright guys, and continuing on, we started painting it. I decided to do a light gray for the jumpsuit. Of course, you know, it's not the cleanest paint job right now, because I am going to go over on the armor plating with gunmetal. So I just wanted to get just coverage of the actual suit first, and then we'll work on the details later. This is the jetpack that I was working on. I haven't sanded it down yet, but it fits really well into it. I made the hole a little bit bigger, and I got the old backpack in there with ended up using wellwood cement for this, just to make sure it's really in there, and then super glue after that. And then on top of that, the putty around it, so this will definitely not be coming out at any point. Alright, and continuing on, we've been painting, well, I've been painting the Mandalorian. This is how we got going right now. Got that gunmetal going on with that light sea gray jumpsuit underneath. Gotta go in and do a little bit of touching up, but it's looking pretty good. Let's take a look at the upper body. Painted the bands around the arms. And I left this the way it was. I thought the detail was nice, and I don't want to paint over it. So those little, I don't know if those are med packs or, well, they're med packs now because this is a Star Wars custom. So, but it's coming along pretty good. I'm gonna go in and do some more detail, and then we'll do a black wash over everything. Take a look at the backpack now. Backpack and helmet were great because I just spray painted it in the same gunmetal. But then after painting it, I noticed that I needed to sand a bit more on the putty. So now, hopefully, once I paint this again, I might even have to go in and sand a little bit more on this top right here. Alright, we now approach the end of the road to review. And I'm just going to give you a look at what she looks like before we're putting her together. I'm probably going to add a little bit more detail, but this will be the end of it. Basically, I just want to go over real quick the colors of the custom. We're using Tamiya paints. The jumpsuit is a light sea gray. The main armor plates are a gunmetal. We're using metallic brown for the straps around the arms. And then, of course, handy black for some wash and the visor and whatnot. I might be adding a little bit more yellow to this, but for this, for the sake of the road to review video, this will be the end. And wait for the actual review to see the finished product. Thank you for watching. Go into the description for my eBay links and Star Wars referrals. If you liked the video, leave a like, comment, let me know what you think. Subscribe if you want to see more, and may the Force be with you, and above all else, Zig Zion.